YouTube, happy May the 4th be with you. Yes, we got a Terrence Pop video response. I don't have alcohol to go with it. If you'd like to donate alcohol money to the PayPal, we greatly appreciate it. Also, shout out to Mike. Thank you for joining the Patreon. But yes, it is the 4th. May the 4th be with you. But gender relations can suck a bunch of poodoo as far as I'm concerned. I get thirsty, I'll grab a Mountain Dew. I do have some soda pop, so that's nice. I'll be doing a Wicked Sick challenge for the Patreon, so subscribe to that if you want to see it.
Yep. Oh, as we find ourselves surrounded by reality which is too extreme for fantasy.
The extreme combo is going to be Sam Adams cherry wheat mixed with A&W cream soda and a scoop of Ben & Jerry's peach cobbler ice cream. Do the ice cream first, then you do half the cream soda from A&W and the other half Sam Adams cherry wheat. Delicious. A cherry wheat ice cream float, yes. Cherry peach ice cream float, yes.
Define and escape. Don't judge me. Like my buddy Nelson Abbott's books. Oh, wait a minute. These, Freedom's Forge. Stories about all of the shenanigans that took place in the Revolutionary War. Or if you have a short attention span, try his Too Cool for Earth series. It's about colonists in space. There's a monkey called Bobby Bananas. He's not evil, just kind of secretive. Like everyone else in this story. What are you gonna do? He's also hairy. I kind of like a shaved monkey myself, but not in this context. What was I talking?
This is a video response and just me sharing my personal opinion. It doesn't make them facts. It's just a video response.
Oh yeah, you can get the first Too Cool for Earth story for just 99 cents. Go to abixrealms.com. Links are in the Meat Gazer box. Meat Gazer! What's going on, you? them queefers. Terrence Pop here at Redonkulous.com. Bad Pop showed up today.
Allegedly.
Because I have some bad news for the YouTube algorithm. Yeah, you might as well, throttle me now.
Seems I'm already demonetized. Fuck it! YouTube demonetized my ass ages ago. I'm lucky I'm still alive on YouTube.
Because this video is going to be chocked full of offensive material. And to my 24 hate subs, go ahead and click the dislike now. Oh, that's...
What did Terrence Pop do to get 2,000 dozen whatever hate subs? 24 hate subs? Jesus Christ, people are sad.
It doesn't work anymore. Wham!
Exactly, wham, fuck the hate subs.
There's nothing
That's what I've never understood, YouTube.
to do with our...
A hate sub dedicated to hating someone. What a waste, dude.
Elected commander in queef. Most popular president ever. 81 million scoops of ice cream. What? Did me pointing that out just piss you off? I direct your attention to the board. That is what this episode is all about. We're going to go...
How to make women angry, pop culture. Yeah, pissing women off ain't exactly rocket science, but it's not exactly hard to do.
On a list of all words and phrases that historically have pissed off the bearers of the vagine. And now that it's current year, we're probably going to piss off a whole bunch of biological males as well. Screen 5. But...
Nice buck segments.
There's some good news. Those dudes are good at sports. Oh my god. So pour yourself the menagerie, dudes, and hopefully you have a nice glass like mine. Big shout out to the dude who sent us these. Thank you. With that being said, get ready to open a whole can of worms. Yeah. Before we get started, I want to direct your attention to redonkulous.com/donate. If you like this content, please
also buy a shirt. Greatly appreciated.
Donating or...
You want to join my Patreon for that sick Patreon challenge? Links description box below.
Becoming a member. Your support helps to keep us independent from our corporate overlords. Now let us say it together, but let us begin. Let's be honest here. It doesn't take a lot of imagination to piss these people off. In fact...
No, it doesn't take a lot of imagination to piss men off. Quite frankly, humans are just angry creatures, and who can blame them?
You can achieve that with one word, and it's got 2 letters. And those letters are N-O, no.
Wait, what? The word no pisses women off? I never would have thunk it. Men don't like being told no either, so it's like, hey, suck it up, it's life, you know?
Oh, you're upset already? Cry me a river, build a bridge, and get the f*** over it.
How dare you?
And this one by itself is a conundrum. I can't believe I just said that word. Because the ladies actually want you to stand up to them.
Yes, women do want you to stand up to them and fight for your rights, but to do it in a way that's class and gentlemanlike without being aggressive. You can stand up for your rights without being a dick or an asshole.
A man who has boundaries and will say no. But if you're a beta...
Why women respect guys who have boundaries? Because they automatically think he's going to respect your boundaries. And that's just a no-brainer.
In the friend zone, you just open that can of worms. And I'm sorry, she's going to suck on all of those, except yours.
There's nothing wrong with being in the friend zone, dude. All that chick you like is putting up with asshole after asshole after asshole guy that just aren't quite what she's looking for. The more you start look appealing. And if you play it cool, wait patiently, and rock some tactical soap, you too can smell like a rock star. all of a sudden she starts looking at you like, you know, maybe I should give that person a chance. But by the time that happens, yo ass has already got a girlfriend 4 times harder. That's of age and alive and consenting and cisgendered and non-related, yes.
Screen
Fuck
5.
sickos.
Bottom line is this. Women just are not used to hearing this word. They have been coddled from birth to current year, and you know what that means. When you're used to getting...
When women are used to getting in the way just because they are a woman, yeah, women know how that feels because guys... Same shit, dude. Like, there's shit that guys get away with just because they're guys, and it's horse shit.
Special privileges, equality. Well, that seems like oppression.
Let's pretend that's
chicks from Friends.
true. Yeah.
Next time a woman wants you to sacrifice...
You live in a society where women are coddled, victimized, and overly sexualized. This is why you have women marching in the streets saying they are not going to take it, that they are no longer going to be this little housewife kind of thing, and I'm all for it. Equality 100%.
On the altar of vagine, you look her in the eye and go, no.
If your woman wants you to sacrifice your self-dignity for some good of-age pussy, you just tell her no. And you repeat the word by saying, look, I'm not going to expect you to degrade yourself for this thing, this king cobra between my legs, so don't expect me to degrade myself for you.
If you're an alpha, this can turn into a bail situation, if you know what I mean. And that stands for...
Because people want what they can't have. This is why chicks will go after assholes who just fuck them and leave and don't want anything to do with them.
And
I've seen it firsthand. The chick's sitting there crying her fucking eyes out because the dude she wants doesn't want her, but the dude's a total chode, asshole, piece of shit douchebag who's not good enough for her. And she's sitting there. Eventually she wakes up and she'll go, you know what, I don't need that fuck in my life. And she'll move on. She'll find someone way better. Doesn't necessarily have to be you, but she'll find someone way better. And you cannot force her to come to that conclusion. You have to let her make that decision for herself.
Screen 5.
Oh, that's a nice buck statement. Yeah. Let me rewind it.
This can turn into a bail situation, if you know what I mean. And that stands for bang and immediately leave. Screen 5.
Yeah, that's just what sucks about it is you bang and immediately leave. Eventually, you're gonna find a chick you really like, fellas. And she'll pull a bail on you, and you're gonna be like, oh, it'll be the best goddamn of-age pussy you ever had with the hottest fucking chick you've ever had. And you're gonna be sitting there telling all your friends, and nobody's gonna fucking believe you because she won't return your text messages. Yeah.
But if you're...
God damn, that's a nice butt segment. Oh, dude.
A hunker in the bunker because there's incoming. Phrase number 2. You're not listening. Oh, did you feel...
Wait, women don't like it when we tell them we're not listening, but they tell us this all the time. So the key to establishing a healthy relationship, more sex, less fighting, better communication, love and respect, and never go to bed angry. You cook and clean your house, apartment, whatever situation together. You don't make her do all the shit. She doesn't make you do all the shit. It's 50-50.
The room just got colder. Women, they pride themselves on being good listeners, if you know.
Yeah, but don't just give them the sex. Make them work for it a little bit. You know, with risk comes reward, as they say.
I mean, but any dude
risking your sanity? Just kidding.
That's been around the block as much as I have, you know the deal. Most of the time, they're not listening to you. They're simply waiting for their turn to speak.
Yeah, and it feels like men are just waiting for their turn to fuck them. That's what it feels like for a lot of guys, but I didn't say that. But not all guys and not all chicks are like that. Yeah, there are some chicks who are just waiting for their turn to speak. It's called having a conversation, dude.
many times has this happened to you, gentlemen? Go ahead, Port.
Now, Terrence Pop has had some really shit experience with women, and that sucks, but, you know, sometimes it takes time before you find the right one.
Self the menagerie.
Heck, his ex-wife ran over his fucking dog, and the courts didn't do shit about it. Allegedly.
Oh, wait. You're actually opening up to a woman, which we all know is a mistake, Screen 5.
It can be if she uses your emotions against you, if you open up to her, but you can totally do the same right back to her, right? If you're fighting with your girlfriend, stop it. But do not fall for her demasculating bullshit. You're afraid to die alone, so she says, oh, well, I hope you die alone. Hope I die before you do, so that way you can die alone in your apartment or whatever. And maybe she's insecure about her sister being the favorite, so you fire back with, well, you want to die alone and die before me do because your sister's the fucking favorite, isn't she? That's why you're fucking insecure and you're fucking biting my head off because you're worried your mom thinks your sister's a better kid. And I could see why. She's got a husband. You know, and then she might fire back with, well, she'd give me a fucking, put a ring on this fucking finger and blah, 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 blah. And then you might fire off with, well, you're just pressuring me to get married. That's just as bad as me pressuring you for sex. And then she'll fire back off of some shit. You gotta keep it cool, man. Because the second you call your girlfriend a cunt, you're washing dishes, no sex for 2 fucking weeks, you're sleeping on the couch. You're like, Adult Swim's on, Metalocalypse is on, sweet. When women are pissed off and wrong about the argument, they will bring up your insecurities to fucking call you a cunt. So they call it, so you, it's calling you out on your fears, so you call them a cunt or a slut, whore, biatch, slag, skag, skank, whatever. Now, whatever she did is down the fuck here, because you're way the fuck up here with it, like, and she's going to be like, well, I know what I said was insensitive, but that's no reason to call me a cunt. Well, that's it. She'll storm off from the fucking argument, making you do dishes, and if you try telling her, no, let's finish this conversation like adults. Obviously, you're not woman enough to have a conversation with me. You know what she's going to yell? Fuck you, asshole. Right. So let's rewind that situation. You don't call her a cunt. Eventually, you get to the point where you're turning her psychology bullshit back on her, and she can't fucking handle it. Now, she's the one calling you a fucking name, and then you just throw it back in their face. Like, we will discuss this when you're a lot more calm. Because right now, honey, you're being super emotional. She might fire off with some shit like, that's because you're not a real man. You don't want to have a conversation with me. Nah. Just ignore it. Throw in the towel, you've won the fight.
Just telling your story, or maybe not. So
now, here's a tip. Now, sex is not everything in the relationship, but grounding your other half from sex because you're pissed off at them, you're doing it to yourself, because at the end of the day, women crave that just as much as men do. And women, in fact, are just as shallow as men. And they get away with it because they have what they have. Now, if men had faced systematic sexist oppression for the last 400 plus years, like women have had to face, then maybe they could have the right to have standards in society's eyes. I say, as long as they're old enough for you and you're not being a dick about it, and it's consenting, and if they reject you, you just, well, it's your loss, walk away. You know.
Thing that you said.
And they're alive and non-related and human.
Triggers a memory in her, and she says, well, something similar happened to me. Well, shut up. And they start to...
You ever notice that when women and men have really bad experiences with each other, they turn into these man-hating feminazis, or they turn into people like Terrence Pop, just sitting there. It's like, geez.
Stories usually the same way. Well, if it makes you feel better. And if you dare interrupt them during this flow, which quite literally is probably happening during their flow, and you say, honey, I don't think you're listening.
I'm making this quick video because it
Obviously, she's listening because it made her think of some shit she's going through.
has been
like,
1 month since joining the Cashflow 101 system, and so what I want.
And number 3, which is often confused with mansplaining, it's also an offshoot.
Yeah, you accuse her of nagging, you're a pig, but if she accuses you of mansplaining, well, you better check your fucking privilege, guy. You better take your dick and balls and tuck it between your fucking legs.
Number 2, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the kind of thing that he's talking about, this shit pisses men off too, to be honest, that you're not listening or you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Nobody likes being called a stupid.
I'll say this right now, dudes. If she has a baseball bat full of gutter nails, just start running now.
I mean, if it's not full of gutter nails, you could block it with your fucking arm and then yank the bat out of her fucking hand and throw it 10 feet across away from her, then bend her over your knee and spank her and be like, no, that's a bad bitch. You don't fucking hit me with the bat. No. Of course, I wouldn't do that because if they don't see the bat in her hand, they're going to think you're just assaulting her at that point, and we don't want that. Amber Heard is a cunt. Oh, shit. Nobody wants to talk about toxic femininity. These, Will Smith's wife and Amber Heard.
You're about to become acquainted with her Jose Canseco bat. Please tell me you didn't pay money for that. But
another nice butt segment. God damn. Yeah.
Be fair.
To be fair.
Over half of the liberal ladies under 30 have a mental illness of some type. So they quit.
Well, the liberals are saying we gotta be obsessed with pronouns. Jesus fucking Christ. No wonder everyone has a mental fucking disorder. You can identify as a fucking cell phone emoji, YouTube. What kind of fucking crap is this? You want I draw the line at okay, if you want to identify as the opposite sex, that's where I draw the fucking line. You got people out there who are trans-disabled, transracial. They identify as trees and cell phone emojis. I'm like, what the fuck? So there are people out there who don't need to be in a wheelchair, but they basically pretend to do it because they're trans. And it's just disgusting. It makes the trans movement look bad, and it's insulting to people who actually need wheelchairs. And they'll get surgeries to remove sections of their spine so they can make it more accurate. There are people out there who wish they could, you know, there are people out there who don't choose that life, dude. And you're choosing it because it's a fad. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, it's so irritating. There are people out there who do not choose to be in wheelchairs. And then you got these fucking dumbasses who identify as transracial or trans-disabled or what the fuck ever. Now you got some dude who identifies as a trans-disabled black woman and the dude's white. And I'm like, what in the fuck? Want to go and have a cigarette? Yeah, here in a bit.
Literally don't know what they're talking
So it's not just women, it's our fucking society, no offense.
about. Wow. And you know what they say about facts? And they don't care about your feelings.
Yep.
Regardless, they don't want to hear it, and if you're the one to say it, you better batten down the hatches. With that being said, we're going to park, stop it, and neutral slam it into the next one. I do not know why so many ladies out there have an aversion to this word, but it is hilarious. You say this one word, and they'll react like how I react when you say munging. Oh, God. We all know what that word is, and cakes wouldn't be the same without it. That word is moist.
That'll be the last time I hear that word coming out of your mouth.
I wonder if these ladies get triggered when they go to the store to pick up food for their fur baby.
What's wrong with the word moist? And they're picking up food for their cats and dogs.
I've devoted a lot of time thinking about this crazy subject because you know I really don't sleep. And around 3 a.m. I had a thought.
Oh, sorry. Damn it, Terrence Pop, that redhead is fucking hot. Those are some really, really pretty eyes. Damn. You like beer? Because those are some nice cans. I'd Mountain Dew her if it was consensual.
I finally figured out why this word is so triggering. Because most of these people, they have already hit the wall or they're speeding towards it. And this word is kind of like locking down a good man. It's not going to happen, Screen 5. Once they've arrived in Boxwine and Catland.
Boxwine and Catland is where you can become the crazy cat lady. And there were some guys who were like this too, man. You get those crazy dog dudes. You know what I'm saying? 1 or 2 dogs is fine, but like, Jesus Christ, you got dudes who have got like 10, 20, 30 dogs on one property, and you're just like, dude, what the frick, man? Is this 101 Dalmatians? Oh, instead of boxed wine, it's boxed pizza and beer.
Stop! The only thing drier is the litter box. And if they're into that real kinky stuff, there'll be piss and poo-poo in there. I think it's funnier with the word poo-poo. All right, ladies, I know I just pissed off a whole bunch of you, but that brings us to the next one on the list. Number 5. Honey, it'll be okay. You just need to calm down.
Oh, yeah, don't ever tell a woman to calm down. Guys, you know what that's like. You're being told that you're just mansplaining and you're being emotional because of your testosterone and you need to calm the fuck down. That's like telling a woman, honey, you're just nagging. You're just on your period. Calm the fuck down. Women are so sick and tired of that always being the go-to. Like, what is up your ass today? Women are allowed to be emotional, but it comes at a cost. Men are not allowed to be emotional, and it comes at a cost.
Because that always works. And any dude out...
Yeah, totally. When someone's pissed off, you tell them to fucking calm down. Humans are aggressive creatures by nature, so telling them to calm the fuck down, 9 times out of 10 is going to make them more aggressive.
Stupid enough to use those 2 words knows exactly what I'm talking about.
What do you mean, calm down?
That's so gay. Homo point assessed. But we can't help...
Oh, butt segments are nice. Yes. She don't even have to be naked for me to appreciate that. Oh, that is... Yeah. These butt segments are nice, man. They don't even gotta be naked for me to appreciate it. God damn.
Dudes, it's a knee-jerk reaction. Have you ever come across one of these ladies? One that likes to clap every time she uses a word or a syllable?
Yeah, people like that are annoying, and I've done it on occasion to be sarcastic to nail a point, but people who do it all the time, they gotta clap after every fucking syllable. You're just like, shut the fuck up, you stupid fucking retards. What do you want to say to these fucks?
The f down.
I bet it ain't me. I bet it ain't me. I bet it ain't me. Ah!
When you bitch slap
the best way to make money online in 2022 that nobody's talking about, in my humble opinion, is using...
You're clearly way too used to getting your own way, and it needs to stop. And
welcome to how women have had to feel since the 50s, my dude. If you hear men who are complaining about how they're sick and tired of women getting way too used to getting their way, that is exactly how it looks for women when they have to fight for equality. They're sick and tired of men being too used to getting their own way. Simply because they're a dude and they got a dick and balls. Oh wait, double standards, right? And I quote the legendary album Love and Vanity. Both sides, man.
6, and it's actually a play off number 5. Stop being so emotional. Oh my.
Yeah, don't ever tell a woman to stop being so emotional. It's kind of like when she's telling you to quit mansplaining, like, oh my god. If you ever see a woman tell me to quit mansplaining, I'm going to be like, you need to quit girl guilting. You know what I'm saying? See what she thinks of that. I don't intentionally want to start drama. In fact, I try to get along with women. Regardless if they fuck me or not. Regardless if they're hot or not. Okay. I don't want drama in my life. And starting drama with chicks... I think I'd rather play with a poisonous live cobra, to be honest. Or actually, they're venomous, but that's beside the point.
God.
Let's see. You have the choice of playing with a venomous monocled cobra or starting a bunch of drama with some chicks. I'm like, where's the monocled cobra at?
Might as well go jump on Noah's Ark because the Sea of Tears is going to flood the land. And ladies, don't forget to bring them...
Oh yeah, and stop simp shaming. You know what I'm saying? Like, women hate it when they get slut shamed, and now it's kind of like, well, maybe I'm just being nice to you because I'm a nice guy. I don't care if you suck my dick or not. Simp! Oh my god, simp! Ugh. Fuck incels, dude.
...of your dogs and that convenient jar of peanut butter. But
men are confused. Oh, that is a nice butt segment. Ooh, is that some camel toe? Ooh, I see camel toe.
I'm just gonna be honest, dudes. Don't say these words. They're pointless. You might as well ask...
Women are told all you women want is assholes. That's because they're thinking with their clit and not, not with the lips between their face, but the ones between their hips. And that can be problematic for women. That's kind of like when women do that crap, that's kind of like when men think with their dick. Stop that.
...to stop working. It's never going to happen.
When women have those talks with each other, with their lips doing this number, with their gal pals, and the truth comes out... Think with those lips, not the lips between your hips. You feel me, ladies?
We all used to be accustomed to this image. The yin and the yang. Two opposites coming together to make the whole. So I can get screen time. Bottom line. Men are logical and women are emotional. When you put those two together, they can...
Yes, generally speaking, men are logical, but simple women are complex and emotional. It is the nature of the beast. That doesn't mean that men cannot be emotional. It certainly doesn't mean women can't be logical. It's just, general genetics.
Actually balance themselves out. And when they introduce little people into the equation, they can produce the same balance. But... when you take away the logic, well, the statistics for fatherless homes prove my point. So ladies, I hate to say it, stop being so emotional.
You're just mad, and I get it, but you're just mad because men are not allowed to be emotional. Women and men need to be nicer to each other. I don't generally agree or disagree with Terrence Pa. This is just a casual YouTube response.
And that statement is usually followed by this question, which brings on the rapid onset of fisticuffs. Are you on your period?
Circle back to that. How to piss women off. Ask them, are you on your period? That is a personal question, good sir. Women are sick and tired of... Maybe we're just having a shit day, dude, and they start going off about some shit, and it's just the first thing that comes out of your boyfriend's mouth is, honey, are you on your period? And she's just like, no, I'm having a crap day. Like, fuck you, asshole. That'd be like asking a dude, why are you so pissed off? Is it because Chad's got a bigger cock and a nicer car? What, bitch, what?
You are correct. It is almost guaranteed it will trigger an explosion. Now with
Of course it's going to trigger an explosion. Like, Jesus Christ. This is why I'm grateful that I'm a dude. No offense, ladies.
that being said, there are women out there that flat out admit it. And you should probably keep them around.
Yes, I'm on my period. I'm not sleeping well, I'm grumpy, and I'm not cooking, so order in.
Gotcha. So take the hint and order some Chinese.
Okay, if your girlfriend says she's on her period, she's grumpy, she's tired, she's not sleeping, she doesn't feel like cooking, so order in. Take that as a hint to maybe, I don't know, cook your girlfriend one of her favorite dishes. You get a champagne glass and you fill it with crushed ice, sugar-coated strawberry slices, and you rim the glass with ice cream chocolate, stick it in the freezer so the chocolate freezes to the glass, pour it out, crack open some pink champagne, or some tequila rose. She gets done with her fucking bath, her dinner, you make her a bath, with pink bath bombs, water, and red rose petals, with massage and essential oils. Get her a clay mask and some cucumber slices for her eyes. Massage her feet, make her feel pretty and attractive. And while you're massaging her feet, I want you to listen to her bitch and complain. Just let it out. And I know what you're going to be thinking. Oh my God, Cobra, stop white knighting. And it's like, did you just say white? You're a fucking racist.
Food. Get the X.
And while she's soaking in that deliciously perfect hot bath, the scented candles, soothing sounds, utter relaxation, you come in with her favorite flavor of cheesecake that you made yourself from scratch. Trust me when I say this, if you make her feel like the queen bitch, it's going to make all of her female friends super jealous. Either that they're single or their man doesn't care like that. And when you do that, chicks get off on that shit. Women like to be made to feel pretty regardless of who they say they are. It's just the fucking truth. Fellas, when your woman makes you feel strong and tough, you're like, me tough. Makes you feel good, doesn't it? When your woman makes you feel sexy, attractive, appreciated, and tough, and needed, makes you feel like a man, doesn't it? Yeah, well, women like to feel the same way, that they want to feel appreciated, sexy, and that you care and you're listening. And do it because you should, not because you want a little of that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Egg rolls, because you and I both know she's not touching yours. Unless you're one of those dudes who likes to get your Red Wings. I'm not talking about the hockey team. God. But
yeah, if she's on a period she don't want to fuck, yeah, that's just fine.
With this woman for a long...
Like, honey, you're on your period. You want some alcohol to help with the cramps? How about some Bloody Marys? Oh, no, too soon, sorry. Fuck you, asshole, that wasn't funny. Honey, I'm sorry, come back, it was a joke. Oh, Jesus. Is a cunt. I did it.
Period of time, take notes, and when that special time comes about, be absent. Nobody likes to invite Aunt Flo to the family reunion, I'm just saying. And
when it comes to women being on their period, give them space. If they want comfort and support, give it to them. If they want space, give them space. Women do not expect men to coddle them all the fucking time yet. When, you know what I'm saying? That's just like a guy asking for help. If you're a stubborn, typical male, of course you're not going to ask for help. I'm a man, I'll do this myself, god damn it, fucking... I'm a man, I don't need no instructions. Women are just as stubborn when it comes to asking for help, so don't give me that shit.
Number 8, and this one harkens back to number 2. Did you hear what I said? Now...
Oh, boy, yeah.
On her period, that's insta-fight. Just give her some water, and don't feed her after midnight. Unless you're feeding her Midol, which is surrounded by a piece of cheese, because, you know, is like that.
Are you trying any medication like I'm a dog?
Well, did it work?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. That's f***ed up. Number 9, and this sucks if you have the Frankenbeans or the fish taco. And why? It's the perfect non-apology, and we all use it. You're having a big blowout. She's reading you the riot act and explaining all the stuff you did to piss her off. You pick up a beer, you look her in the eye, and you say, "Terribly sorry you feel that way. Oh, look, Space Ghost just came on." You just didn't apologize and insinuated she cannot control her emotions. We all know how rationally they...
Telling a woman she can't control her emotions is just like saying to a guy, well, all men are just violent assholes who can't control their sex-craved addictions. That's like saying men can't control their horniness or they can't control their violent rage. Like, what?
Respond to things like that, right? You just know that you're dealing with a rock-solid pillar of sanity as you're dodging cookware. Nothing proves you're not crazy beyond a chef.
Yeah, because women could totally throw cookware at you and nobody says shit, but the second you accuse your wife of cheating on you, you start calling her a cunt and a bitch, and you start throwing plates at her head, your ass is in jail for attempted battery. As a dude, you're fucked on that double standard. Why? Because men are physically stronger when it comes to upper body strength. That's not sexist, honey. That's just genetics. And if you don't like it, you can trade places. Next time you're on your fucking period, you don't get coddled. Not that you ask for it. No one gives you any fucking sympathy. They're just like, oh, you're on your period? Well, you can suck it up and quit being a pussy about it. Because that's exactly what it's like to be a dude. Imagine being on your period. You start complaining about it. And as soon as you start complaining about it, people tell you to suck it up and quit being a pussy about it. And no one gives you any sympathy. Nothing. That's exactly what it's like to be a dude. And, you know, I'm not saying shit, because women have it hard, too. Sometimes harder. Fairer sex. There ain't nothing fair about being a woman.
The doubt, like acting crazy. Speaking of totally rational responses, that leads us into number 10. And if your shot glass is empty like mine, you might want to refill it. We've all been tempted to ask this question, but precious few of us are prepared for the consequences. Ladies in current year are surgically grafted to their phones. And this...
It ain't just ladies, it's dudes too, Pop.
This is Satan's gift to infidelity. And if your woman is like all other women I've ever known, they're on that thing all the time.
This is my take on it. Dudes today are gonna, you want to see boobs? You want to see boobs? You can go on your phone and look up boobs.
Number 10. Can I see your phone?
Oh.
Now, a quarter of these...
Because if you ask to see your woman's phone, you don't trust her. But when she does it to you, it's because you got something to hide, right? Fuck off. If you're in a relationship where you cannot trust each other and you're going through each other's phones and you're fighting all the time, not a healthy relationship to be in. Because a relationship, what's more important than good sex is the trust and communication and respect.
Phone over, no problem. The other 25%, they'll hand it over, but they will be pissed. The remaining 50%, well, I hope you're up to speed on your blame and shame deflections. You are going to be called every nasty name in the book, and probably some you never heard before. And the blame and shame is going to be on target to keep you from doing that. Now, if they react this way, you really don't need to look at their phone. You know the deal. They still have a Tinder profile, they're still swiping right, and they don't give a shit where you are. You could be in the goddamn room. But, dudes, there's one thing you need to be prepared for when this happens. They are going to pull the privacy card and slam it down right on top of the deck. And if you do not have an Uno reverse card handy, you're going to fall for it. They have 2 bold-faced lies, 2 shells in the double-barrel shotgun.
I can't believe you violated my privacy like this. I would never do that to you.
1, you're not violating
Bullshit.
anyone's privacy by asking to look at their phone. And number 2,
You're not, but shows you don't trust him.
they're getting the sausage service from someone else. And they've definitely already gone through your phone because they want to justify what they're already doing.
Damn it. He's right. Well said.
And if they look through your phone and find nothing, it pisses them off even more. Women are creatures of psychological projection. If they're cheating on you, it must be because you're cheating on them. Right? Wrong! But they're going to look through your phone and find nothing. After that, there's only really 2 options. 1, they have to accept the fact they're a cheating hooer, and we can't have that. So we go into option 2. Kick the rationalization hamster into Mach 3.
Just because it's not on his phone doesn't mean it's not happening. After all, I have the gut feeling. He's just better at hiding it than I am.
Now, could you imagine, ladies, if men were acting this paranoid about you cheating on them? They would be like, what the shit?
Number 11. What do you want?
How does number 11 piss women off? It shows you're taking an incentive to make them happy. What do you want? Most women don't know what the fuck they want. It's ridiculous.
Start a conversation with this phrase over the phone. Watch the f*** out. Now, I know there's dudes out there like, what? Pop, that doesn't make any sense. Just pay attention. You want to know why it doesn't make any sense? Because men have actually embraced this whole equality thing. We can pick up the phone and answer it with, what do you want?
We try embracing female and male equality, but we get called simps for it. You're just white knighting, and it's like... You want us to embrace it, the equality for females and men, and stop shaming us for it.
When we know it's one of our friends. And you want to know what happens? Nothing. They just tell us what they want. But wait. They don't need a reason to call you. They just want to check in on you and see if you're doing okay. So if you answer the phone...
They worry about you. Nothing wrong with that.
Person calling is a lady, and you say, what do you want? Get ready for the tear machine. And yes, they're crocodile tears, because after all, she does want something, and that's the best way to get it. But it really only works on younger dudes who are still thinking with the little head. So to be fair, you're going to hear less of this as you get older. And thank God for that. Let us all drink. And number 12, this happens a lot if you're dumb enough to talk politics with a wham man. They will say some shit to you that is completely false. And then you'll respond with, did your friends tell you that? And
this video basically says, hey, guys get pissed at this shit too. How would it feel from the opposite gender's perspective? And you will soon start to gain a better understanding of the opposite sex. When you take making love out of the equation, and how does the other person feel? We can't talk about feelings without being called a woke retard piece of shit, but then the same people saying that are also getting their feelings hurt, so what do you do?
Honest ladies, in the age of social media, you're going to hear this one a lot. So either research for yourself or get used to it. If your only source of news is Occupy Democrats, you're going to be disappointed quite a bit, Screen 5. Hey, don't get mad at me. I'm not the one accepting facts from a lie factory. Number 13 and 14 go together like peaches and cream. But don't you dare...
Peaches. Yes!
Try to taste it because it tastes like poo-poo. Ladies, you're going to hear these two things a lot if you're out shopping with your man. 1, I can't afford that. 2, you can't afford that. One of you is trying to be budget conscious. The other one wants a sack with somebody else's name on it. Ooh. And I'm sorry, ladies, but that's all it is. Screen 5. It's a sack that you keep your shit in, and somehow its value goes up depending upon the different name that's stamped on it. That is straight up stupid. And any man who shells...
It's part of being a chick, dude. Women are measured by how expensive their purses are. Kind of like how a dude gets measured by how loud and obnoxious his car is, or truck.
That kind of dough just to break off a piece, you're even dumber. But
this is why you see dudes showing off their cars to other dudes, and chicks showing off their purses to other chicks. Like, I got it on sale.
Still not as dumb as the person who asked for the sack in the first place. Especially if you want the sack without touching my sack. Screen 5. You got...
Yeah.
Careful how you touch those, ladies, because some of you are tickle artists and you don't even realize.
Yeah, a man's penis and ball sack is sensitive just like a woman's clitoris. Enough said on that.
You think he's squirming because of...
You rub your penis, it gets hard. You rub a clitoris, it gets hard.
Feels good. In reality, he's just trying to get away. Every dude treats a BJ from a new provider like a game of press your luck. Big bucks, no whammies, and stop it, Tickles.
And we're both asleep by 8:30.
Now, number 15 and 16, they also go together. 2 words that'll end any relationship 99% of the time. And if you use them together, woo, that's a nuke. Word 1, bitch. Word 2, liar. You can combine them both to get a better effect and call her a lying bitch. But you better get ready for the fallout, have your tennis shoes on, and get ready to run.
God, when she calls you a pig and a mansplaining, chauvinistic, sexist male pig, or when she says your dick's tiny, or anything she could think of just to piss you off.
Especially if you combine those 2 words with additional bonus words. You know, lying sloot, effing sloot, slooting whore.
Hey, don't slut shame her, that'll piss her off, yeah.
And the pinnacle of prickery.
Unless she's earned it.
Lying. Quantahaha.
Any use of the word cunt or bitch, yeah, that'll piss her off. Which is funny because women will call each other those words all the fucking time. How many times have I heard women use the word slut, cunt, whore, bitch, slag, whatever? But if men do it, we're pigs. If they do it, oh, it's just because it's their word and they have it, kind of thing. I don't know.
And you? Well, I hope you picked out a good Kenmore refrigerator box because they're more roomy. Or you can live out of your car and eat off the dollar menu at McDonald's. Do we still have to use that clip?
Or can read for people with reading difficulties. For some people, reading can be a challenge.
I'm glad you all out there enjoyed laughing at my pain. But let's face it, that's why I do this. And if you're angry, number 17, do I look like a mind reader to you?
You know why, ladies? We say, do I look like a mind reader? Because there were some women who rely on subtle hints. For example, if you are watching Hulu Plus with your girlfriend on the couch, you're cuddled up, watching TV, you got some popcorn on the floor, a couple of beers, maybe some nachos, and she says, kind of cold in here, isn't it? That is her subtle hints. Her way of saying, ask me questions. So instead of saying, what do you want, you could try saying, what would you like me to do? Grab a blanket, cuddle closer, turn up the heat. That shows you're listening and you're paying attention to the situation. That you're not just in it because, you know, you want sex and you want to see you're naked.
And women will come back with one of two excuses. Number one,
Well, you should know.
do I really have to explain to you the concept of me not being a mind reader? And number two,
Well, I told you, you just weren't listening.
that is a particularly good one that works on some dudes.
Wait, so let me get this straight. If we tell her we're not listening, or excuse me, that she's not, God damn it, rewind. You tell her she's not listening, you're an asshole. She tells you you're not listening, you're an asshole. Got it.
Because let's be honest, if it wasn't for selective hearing, we probably wouldn't have any at all. Just like Democrats, if they didn't have double standards, they wouldn't have any at all, Screen 5. But...
Oh, that's a nice butt segment. That's a really nice butt segment. Oh, fuck me, that chick is hot.
You ladies, you really should not be using that excuse. You are so focused on your phones, the only thing you hear is, check please. That's your signal to claim you left your wallet at home, right? Because after all, a real man pays for the meal and the date.
That's what kills me about some women is, yeah, some women will expect you to pay for the meal and the date, and then as soon as you try, she's like, no, I got it. Then she'll say she don't need a man in her life. And when she's like that, offer to pay for half of the meal. That way it shows that, you know, you at least, you're willing to make compromise and share the responsibilities of adulting. Okay, because when a woman says she wants to pay for the meal, she's testing you fellas. 9 times out of 10, she wants to see if you offer to pay for half of it. Because if you don't pay for half of it, she's gonna call you a cheapskate. It's the truth. So offer to pay for half of it.
And after he does, you get the next one.
I don't owe him anything.
Right?
She technically doesn't, dude. Like, just because she gives you a blowjob doesn't mean you owe her a wedding ring. Just because you take her out to dinner doesn't mean you're entitled to sex. That's what men and women need to fucking realize. Wow. Women who act entitled to wedding rings but then get pissed off when men act entitled to sex, and vice versa. Oh, you could smell the hypocrisy, and it smells worse than your ex-girlfriend's undouched cuntaha, allegedly.
Technically, you could say you owe him for half the meal, unless he wants to take out something in trade. And if that's not on the table, well, that whole equality thing, it just went out the window.
The problem with that is, men are a lot easier to seduce than women. Oh my goodness. The chicks from the Friends series are hot.
I don't owe him anything.
Right? Technically, you could say you owe him for half the meal, unless he wants to take out something in trade. And if that's not on the table, well, that whole equality thing, it just went out the window. Numbers 18.
True equality says they don't owe you shit. Just because you buy them a dinner doesn't mean they owe you sex. And just because you give them sex doesn't mean they owe you a wedding ring. Like, fuck.
19 go together because they hear one and they infer the other. When it comes to ladies, inference is infamous. Because every dude has had the argument and they said the following. I didn't say that.
Well, it's not what you said. It was your tone.
That gets super annoying, because when she starts pointing out your tone of voice, you want to talk about a tone of voice? If you're in a relationship with a woman and she goes, and I quote, "Babe, but why?" And you want to look at her and go, "Excuse me, how old are you?" You're 24 years old, we'll fucking act like it. We are grown-ass adults, so let's fucking act like it. That shit would get annoying real quickly. It's just like that fake pouty bullshit that some chicks do just to get you to like, oh, I'm sorry, babe. Let me just bend over and suck your cunt with.
These are the ladies that pick fights over a missing comma in a text message or a dream.
Yeah, don't pick fights with your other half over stupid shit.
Ask them, is that what you're going to wear? But their ears hear the following: you're fat. But if that
don't criticize a woman on what she fucking wears. The golden rule is do unto others as you'd have done to you. That is a nice fucking butt segment. Oh my god.
Is your daughter and you say the exact same thing.
Like, let's hypothetically say you got a favorite shirt that you've had for ages, and your wife or girlfriend says, you look like shit in that. You know what you're gonna say? I don't care, it's not your body, it's my fucking shirt. That being said, fellas, how would it feel if it happened to you?
Gonna get dicey from there. And why? Well, they know what we mean. We're just trying to be nice. Because we're asking, are you really going to wear that? And they hear, you're dressed like a whore. And in this respect,
if they hear you're dressed like a whore, if they're dressing nice for the evening, they're doing it for you, dude. And to show other guys what they could have, but you're the lucky bastard that gets to have her. Don't overthink it. Guys can be just as paranoid as chicks sometimes, you know.
You're probably 100% correct, Space Ghost. But this is actually where this misconception comes from. Teenage girls going out on a date have heard this from their parents. Parents like to say it that way because it's easier than stating, I hope you're charging by the hour, screen 5. They take that stigma and carry it with them into adulthood. The problem is the relationships are totally different. A man is not going to speak to his woman the same way he talks to his daughter. For our kids, we'll sugarcoat some stuff. For our women, not so much. Because any dude knows if you sugarcoat stuff long enough, you're going to get diabetes. And relationships with diabetes don't end well. Because every time you actually tell them the truth, they go into insulin shock. Bottom line, ladies, if you're gaining weight, we'll tell you. Or
yeah, women don't want to be told they're gaining weight, just like men don't want to be told you're losing your hair. Personally speaking, I don't want if I have a girlfriend and I've gained a couple pounds, I don't want her telling me, hey, you're getting fat and disgusting, Cobra. So why would I do that to her? Knowing that it's going to be way more sensitive of an issue for women than it is for men because of the whole women are held to a higher beauty standard.
We'll beat her on the bush, figuratively and literally, until you take the hint. I don't know any dude who likes to go south of 8 Mile if he has to put the mud flat.
If you're going to go off on a limb and call your girlfriend fat, then why don't you go to the gym and work out with her and make it a couple's activity? Get in shape as a couple. Yeah.
Over his head. And number 20. This one doesn't usually result in a blow-up fight, but it will irritate them. You have plans. You have to be somewhere at a certain time. You look at her and go, are you ready yet?
Never pressure a woman on getting ready. The stereotype is, of course, women take longer to get ready than men. It's the fucking truth. So what that comes down to is managing your time better. If it takes you like 4 hours to get ready, and the event is at 5 o'clock, you're going to dinner at 5 or 6 or 7 o'clock, you're going out to dinner or going to a party with some friends, and it takes you 4 hours to get ready. You plan ahead, ladies, don't you? If you want to manage it, maybe plan ahead 5 hours. That'll give you like an hour to decide what the fuck you want to wear. You got a closet full of dresses. Oh my god, you have nothing to wear, right? Fuck out of here.
The word yet proves the fact that you have waited beyond your patience And women?
Men and women need to be more patient with each other. I know it's difficult. Having patience for the opposite sex can be a lot harder than an of-age man staring at some Playboy, if you know what I mean.
God bless them. They pick up on that shit, especially if you drive off and leave them home.
Yeah, you do that crap and she's likely to bring it back tenfold, and now you're fighting with her on top of having the sex cut off. So it's just like, because when women weaponize their pussy against you, then they throw in their mind fuck games, their psychological manipulation. Women are crafty at that shit. And a really awesome woman who's good at that will leave the man on the ground begging for forgiveness, even though he's in the right. Women have the way of making it feel like it's your fault, even though maybe it wasn't your fault.
That is the sledgehammer technique. It's not the preferred method, but I've used it a few times myself. But I will tell you this in all honesty. The women I did that to were never late again. Number 21, and guess what?
No, they're not late again, but you go to asking for some blowjob action or some titty fuck action, and they're going to look at you like, oh, you want to squeeze my... She'll look at you and be like, you want to squeeze your dick between her tits with a boob in each hand and her do one of these numbers? And she's like, oh, remember when you left her at the party or before the party because she was taking too long to get ready? She's going to look at you and say, you want a boob job? Go see a plastic surgeon, you fucking asshole.
Enough to drink. And because that's true, we really shouldn't have to invite.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're like super special needs, your mom or dad should not have to come with you on your dates. If you are 21 and up, that's a bit creepy, dude. I'm just saying, like, that's the kind of crap that'll give chicks major serial killer vibes. Like, you're 25 years old, and you show up with your mom at a bar. And, like, she's just so proud of her little Howard, you know, and just, oh, she really wants grandbabies. Are you good enough for her, boy? Fuck serial killers. It's like I heard Ted Bundy's crimes were so shocking. How shocking were they? They were so shocking he got the electric chair. Rim shot. Okay. Fuck Ted Bundy.
Dudes that make the classic mistake of saying, I do. You're going to see this one a lot. It's your wedding, but...
Now that is a butt segment. You got two smoking hot blondes. Oh, yes. If their vaginas smoke cigarettes, would it be camels? Because I see camel toe winning and some... Oh, yes. Yes. I would fuck the shit out of both of these of-age chicks. Oh, Lucifer have mercy. I need a freaking cigarette. I'll be right back. Nice.
Wants to come along and have a hand in all of the planning. And why? Because she's a narcissistic wench. Her and the sperm donor aren't paying for stuff to be generous. Let's just say that now. She's paying for it because she wants a say. She wants to live vicariously through her daughter and have the big knockout wedding that she never had. It's very important. And why? Well, that tends to happen when you get knocked up in the back of a pickup truck by the captain of the football team. You know your head game isn't up to snuff when you know who he is, but he still tries to give you a fake name. Screen 5.
I had a great time, Todd.
Todd? Who's Todd? I'm Bendy Dick Cummins-Snatch.
Your name's literally on your jersey.
It's a misprint. I'm not sure how we got here, but it's too funny. We're leaving it in. And funny enough, that's how you wound up being an offspring of a single mother. No. But removing the mother from the planning duties isn't going to piss him off as much as the next one. Number 22. And if you're not prepared for this explosion, never say the following words. Because no matter how good her relationship is with her mother, there's always a form of animosity there. So, if you're having a tiff with your significant other and you say the following words, you're acting like your mother. You are so even if you think her mother is hot.
Don't even say it to a guy. It'll piss him off too, man. Shit.
For her age, I had to throw that in there. And you say it in a nice way. She's going to respond with, what do you mean by that? And even if you
think her mom's hot, don't say shit about it, fellas.
It's still going to be uncomfortable, and it's probably not going to work anyway. Worst case scenario, she's going to think you want to give a reach around to the mother. And if they look like this...
Yes, I'd fuck those two chicks.
Well, I can't blame you. Number 23, and this one depends upon the woman that you're with. If you're with a modern woman, one that is strong and independent, this will spark up a fight. It's a simple question. We ask it out of instinct because we're hungry. Hey,
are you mad because men are not allowed to be independent? We're told to go fight in wars, build houses, and work on cars.
What's for dinner? Oh, that's right. Fight. It doesn't matter that she worked 4
Okay. What now?
6 hours at the salon while you were working 16 hours at the construction site.
It doesn't matter who's got a job, who does what. Instead of saying, hey, what's for dinner? Say, what would you like for dinner? That would be a better approach to that. Cook the food together on top of it and watch your relationship blossom.
You expect her to prepare food for you after she worked such a hard day. When? Newsflash, ladies.
You don't want to cook either because you had a hard day at work too, man. Shit.
We are not expecting a multi-course meal when we ask you what's for dinner. It could be a fried bologna sandwich with mustard and cheese. We don't care. We're still eating it.
Yeah.
When did it become strong and...
Men are not that picky, to be honest. When it comes to things like what they like to eat, I mean.
Depends
on if they're a picky eater or not, and that's subject to both women and men.
Treat your partner like a piece of shit.
Reconsider your life.
Yeah, what?
There are million multi-course meal when we ask you what's for dinner. It could be a fried bologna sandwich with mustard and cheese. We don't care. We're still eating it. When did it become strong and independent to treat your partner like a piece of shit?
Reconsider your life.
Yeah, and if women and men treat each other like shit, then the cycle will never end.
There are millions of women out there who are being conditioned by poisonous media. You idolize...
Women ain't the only one being conditioned by media. We're all being conditioned by media.
Bunch of biatches who brag about not cooking or cleaning for their man. You let me know how that works out for you in the long run.
Yes, but expecting women to be the stereotypical housewife, it's a different time, dude.
know where all the good men went. Far away from you.
If you want your woman to cook you a meal, what are you going to do for her?
They just ate a sandwich that was prepared by their woman, and they're getting a BJ for dessert. I only say, what's one without the other? Honey! What?
I can give you my number.
Sure, if you're willing to make your wife a cheesecake and eat her pussy out while you feed her to it. While she eats it, you got a foot in each hand. You're giving her a foot massage on each foot while you're eating her pussy out like a lesbian in college while she eats cheesecake. 50-50, you know what I'm saying? Yes.
Totally random.
It is?
I don't know how it is for you, but for me, like...
Last one on the list, and this one usually comes up around food. Do you really think you should be eating that?
Yeah, women and men do not want to be told what to eat or what to wear by their significant other half. It's a bit too controlling.
There's a food allergy involved. We're saying those words because you are pulling the pin on the fat grenade and we're trying to hold off the explosion. But those
nice butt segments.
Words usually spark off a different kind of explosion. My life. Bottom line, ladies, your currency in the dating market goes away even if you don't spend it. Youth, beauty, and fertility, and you are born with all of those. Now,
yeah, but she still has a vagina, so women don't completely lose their value in the dating scene. Because, you know how guys are. Yeah.
Some of you aren't. Oh, God! Why didn't anybody tell me? But beauty
Another nice butt segment. Yes.
and a body that looks like a melted candle seldom go together. So, if you attract a high-value man with those things, it is in your best interest to...
Yeah, if women expect men to have six-pack abs and men have the same double standard of expecting women to look a certain way, it is what it is. And it's so irritating. Because both sides complain when the other side has standards, yet nobody wants to fucking change.
And if a man
as long as you ain't a sicko, they shouldn't have to fucking change.
In you, he's going to want to protect that investment. Men typically don't say things to be mean. We just say things to be logical. And you'll notice I didn't apply everything on this list to all women. Just most of you. Screen 5.
Yeah, just like how women aren't trying to be a bitch when they say things. They're just, you know, stating their opinion. And fucking butt segments. How many fucking talk shows do we have on television of these women just bad-mouthing and trashing men? You know, when Francine Smith on American Dad's watching that talk show, and they're like, men, am I right, ladies? And they're all drinking morning mimosas. Reference. Nice fucking butt segment, dude.
Be fair?
Let's be fair.
Most can be 51%, which is the baseline of all of the cash and prizes you get in a divorce. So before you chalk up any of your hurt feelings to male privilege, remember that. So I know there are women that watch this show.
Women have privilege too, man.
So I want input from men and women.
And women can be just as toxic as men.
What are some of the things that you've said that pissed off your significant other? Put it in the comments. And if they're good enough, we'll put them all together and make another episode. Because that's how we roll around here. With that being said, I'm done with you. Be gone. Post that.
Some things that I said that pissed off my other half was when I cheated. Never again will I do that. And I haven't since then, but it ruined a good thing. So take my advice and don't cheat. A thing that pissed me off? Well, I'm sitting there cuddled up on the couch playing Grand Theft Auto 5. And my girlfriend just looks at me. She starts getting all pouty like, and she's like, do you still think I'm pretty? She literally said this, do you still think I'm pretty? And I'm like, I looked at her like, where the fuck is this coming from? So I paused the fucking video game and I fucked her on the futon I was playing the video game on. I'm like, what do you think? I started making out with her, playing with her tits, running my hands up and down her curvy waist. I gave her ass a little playful smack. I'm like, honey, what do you think? I fucking ate her pussy out. Then I titty fucked her, and then I fucked her in the pussy. And she sucked my cock, and then we cuddled on the couch, and it was like, if I didn't think you were still pretty, would I be fucking you right now? Like, seriously. It's the truth.
The video, the title card,
like, when I watch my girlfriend walk into the fridge, bend over to get me a beer out of the fridge, and one for herself as well, and I'm staring at her bending over like her ass just shoved in my face, and I'm like, damn, that's mine. Oh, dude, yeah.
office and screaming
like,
at
what do you think?
the Instagram account for 6 weeks waiting for a response. And then finally I responded. I'm like, did you watch the video? No. Yeah, there's this thing called context. It's a joke, and it was a personal story that was being told. It was pretty funny.
Whatever, you're a racist. You think Mexican women are crazy? You.
Like, so you're trying to convince me that Mexican women aren't crazy by acting crazy.
Jeez. Anyways, YouTube, I'll catch you later.